Hello, 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 shalom. Welcome back
Shalom.
to another episode of the Add-On with Tah Neriah. How you feeling today, Tah?
I'm good. I'm good. What's going on with you?
Man, we're gonna give them a good one today. So I wanted us to talk about what these new age women, modern women are calling the big D energy,
Wow.
right?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Man, it on so many different levels. But what I want to do first is I saw this video on TikTok that I wanted us to watch first to kind of segue into the points of what we're going to talk about today. So
Okay.
let's watch that real fast.
Okay, cool.
A Spanish woman, they're raised to be a wife.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real.
Say that again?
Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Because the daddy wasn't shit. I raised you alone by myself. Be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. The Spanish girl is raised to serve.
Yeah.
They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on her in Spanish about da 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 da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up with my own plate, she gonna say, that's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him, Shirley. He got his own shit. But Maria better get up and get that plate and get it washed and show him you are a wife.
Okay. Did you hear that?
I heard it for sure.
Okay.
And you know the fever that's coming.
Oh my gosh. But the one thing I'm going to say, I want to start it off with is he did not lie.
No, that's a fact. Yeah.
He did not lie. Like, I don't tell me where the lie is at in that, because in actuality, what he said is true. We are raised as women to be able to take care of ourselves, make sure you do what you got to do so that you don't need nobody. And then we embody that for the rest of our lives. And we bring that into our relationships. Now, back in the days, like with our grandparents and their parents or whatever, women were domesticated. You cooked in the kitchen with your grandmother. She showed you how to cook. She showed you how to sew. She showed you how to clean.
That's true.
We're raising boss chicks. We're not raising wives anymore.
That's true. So what do you say to the sisters that say, hey, well, I have to be this way, or else it would have been this way or no way? What do you say to them?
It has to be this way. Why? If you're in a first it starts off like this. You need to be more careful on who you choose to be your mate. Because if you have to do these things, then I'm sure that there were signs and flags before you got serious with him, before you moved in with him, that let you know that he was not up to par. We get these men and we make them out to be projects, things that we can fix, things that he has potential, and we see where he can be instead of where he is. And then he's being him, and now he's a no good man, and you got to do everything on your own. Nah, that's not the way that it should be. We need to be more selective on the men that we pick.
I hear you. Now, so are you saying this from a sister would say to you, well, I was like this and I was this and that, but I've been burnt so much and burnt so bad, it turned me cold, it turned me sour. What do we say to them?
Fix yourself. Fix yourself. You have you got to do the work and you have to fix yourself. But see, it's a little bit deeper than that though, Tah.
It is.
It comes from a whole lot of different perspectives. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I don't want to do is make it seem like that I am woman bashing, because before anything, I'm a woman. and I am a woman that has been through things too. So I empathize, but I'm also a woman who has been through things that had to fix myself in order to be a functional woman and not bring that baggage into my relationships. You know what I mean? So for instance, there's a lot of women who've been molested by family members, by fathers, brothers, uncles, men that were close to them. What is that going to do? It's going to make you not trust men, right? Then you have women who fathers weren't in their lives. So now they really,
right?
So they don't know like how a man is supposed to treat me,
right?
And they're growing up in a household where moms, it may not have worked out with her and dad, and now mom is bitter, auntie is bitter. They sitting around the table drinking their drinks on the weekend, just men bashing. That goes into your subconscious.
That's right. And especially hearing that from a child. Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that play a part into this whole, big D energy that these women are proclaiming these days. We've become more masculine.
Oh man, we got a lot of work to do amongst ourselves. We do.
Have you ever seen like a woman go toe to toe with a man like she
Absolutely. Can really it's happened to me. Yeah.
What?
Huh?
What happened?
Oh, the way a woman will approach you as a man. Like, come on, you can't talk to me like that, sister. And I mean, super aggressive. Where you're sitting there and you're saying, wait a minute. And you could black out and say, wait a minute, I'm being addressed here like a dude would. But you have to have some kind of self-control and realize this is still a woman. But that's why we have these problems where dudes do these things, because when your manhood has been tested that way, you go into mold. And then you can't have both sides of the coin. If you want to step to a man like that, and then he starts to attack and defend himself like in that manner, I mean, come on. No, and I'm not promoting or saying that men putting their hands on women is correct. But it's a mess. It's just really a mess out here right now.
But But to go ahead and piggyback off of what you just said, no, I've been in abusive relationships, right? And I have been beat on in my past relationships. Not cool. No, man should never put his hands on a woman.
Right.
I will say this: when a woman is upset and she holds off and punches a dude in his face because she found a number in his phone, or she found out he was cheating or whatever, like that puts the brother in a situation. People talk about, well, you shouldn't hit no woman because you a man. Let me tell you something. Have you ever been holding a little kid, playing with them, and they haul off and smack you and you wasn't expecting it, right? It sting a little bit. It hurts some, right? So if you got somebody that is angry and she just holds off and punch you in the face and you're trying to leave a situation and she's not, how much restraint is this person expected to have? And
it doesn't matter. When the police gets on the scene, the man is going to jail. And I know this firsthand. I've been in a relationship where the woman was actually hitting me, accusing me of just what you just said, of cheating, or numbers in her pocket. I'm an electrician, so I may have people's numbers. Now we have cell phones, but back then it would be pieces of papers or things of that nature. And this woman was going crazy on me. And I thought it was cute. Oh, she really loves me. But I was the one being abused. But she could have her cake and eat it too. She could abuse me and then call the police and get me arrested. And then get me arrested. We're not hearing a lot of these stories, though.
No, not at all. And it happens more regularly than we think it do, because see, that's the thing. It's when it comes to women, we're more verbal with the things that happen to us. When it's men, what you gonna go tell your homeboy like, yo, she was just in there tearing me up and doing that? Does something to your manhood. So you keep 100%. It to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. And I don't understand why we teach our sons don't ever hit girls, but we're not teaching our daughters don't
They're
ever hit no
empowering the
men.
women. Right. It's an imbalance that's happening here. Total imbalance.
And sometimes you'll get a dude who can't restrain himself. And
Oh, absolutely.
those be the ones that'll go ahead and hit you back.
Big time. I've been around guys, and we're not just trying to make it seem like all dudes are where we're creating another imbalance, saying it's all the women's fault. No, what we're saying is there's an imbalance here, because I've been around guys that would beat the living shit out of their women. And I used to be waiting on them and have to go break it up and be like, bro, don't do that. So that's not where we're coming from. But we can't have it the other way around now. We can't say now that the ball is in the woman's court, y'all just run the ball all the way down and don't pass the ball. You got to pass the ball. That's what creates the team. Or else it's just you running up and down the court, scoring all the points and wanting the crowd to praise you. It's not about that. It's about the team. It's about the team, which is the family structure. You know, it's crazy.
But you know what, though? We have been, as Black women, we have been afforded more opportunities and more liberties than you all have. You know,
they're going to hate you for that. Oh, my goodness. They don't want to hear that.
But it's the truth. It's the truth.
Tell them.
Black women have been overlooked for so long, right? And now I want to say within the past maybe 10 years, you have seen Black women on the rise where we're in the forefront of a lot of stuff. And we're getting a lot of like action, a lot of good jobs. And I mean, all kind of stuff is going on for us. And they're putting us on this pedestal now. And it's going to our heads where we feel like
y'all don't need anyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. We making money. We buying our own houses, our own cars, all of that. We're the boss at work, and we don't know how to turn it off when we get home.
Yeah.
You know, and that is the problem. Society is creating this. This is why everything is we got Black girl magic. Where's right. and hey, again, we need little girls to understand that you're special and you're beautiful and all of that. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
But where is Black man magic for the little boys, Black boys that understand that they can be more than a rapper or a sports player or whatever? Where's that at?
That's right. And we are getting arrested. We are disappearing. We're becoming like what do they call it? We're becoming extinct almost, man. This is crazy.
And nobody's
seeing it.
Nobody cares. And that's what kills me with us as Black women is that we act like, see, when we were in the struggle with y'all, we saw it, we felt it. But now that we're kind of sort of, we still in the struggle. Don't get me wrong, but it's different. It's not different. As bad as it used to be because they are zeroing in on you guys and not so much as us. And so now all of a sudden, we don't see it. You know how they say it's that white privilege where white people don't see it? We got Black women privilege where we're acting like we don't see it either.
That's exactly right. Because this is a whole new generation of the Black women. Those other Black women, they're old now. Those women are older now. This is a whole new generation that's up there and that's executing it the way that they are. So this is a whole new dynamic that's happening to our community. Huh?
No. Go on. I thought you cut off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. So, you know, what's going on is we have to take note of what's happening in our communities, because if we do not, we're falling apart, guys. We're falling apart and I don't know what's going to happen.
We have to look at the big picture. Like we have to step outside of ourselves and understand that it's really not about self. You understand? This is where that whole I'm independent thing comes from.
Right.
How are you independent in a relationship, within a marriage? How is that possible?
You know, well, we had all of these records and because a lot of people don't believe that we start to become the music that we listen to. Yes, not of rap music may be hardcore and it created a lot of things, But let's take a look at the music that has been brewing inside of our women for all of these years, these independent women's songs. It's been there. Now we just thought it was, hey, that's women. But look what it actually did. So the subtleties of yesterday become the realities of today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We bought into this whole facade thing. But
yes.
the problem that I have with that is that if we don't recognize it, when the stuff hits the fan,
right.
Who is going to be there to protect us? Another independent woman? I'm gonna tell you now, I don't want my homegirls helping me do nothing when something is about to pop off. I want my man there. I want
That's
this strong man there to protect me, because that's your job. Your job is to protect and to provide. And if you're not doing that, what are you there for?
That's right.
I mean, what's your use? What's your function?
We have to pull out. We have to pull out. We have to rebuild our nation. We have to. Our men are out of order. Our women are out of order. Our children are out of order. So that creates a whole race out of, but that's another time.
It is, but you know why? A lot of
when mama's out of order, everything falls apart. And that's the strength that comes from the woman. That's the strength. That's why we're having all of these feminine Black men. Because what do they look? They're looking at the strong Black women.
Yep.
And if you pay attention to their behavior, they're acting like strong Black women.
Yeah.
They're arguing. It's not that they're just feminine. They're acting like strong Black women.
They have the qualities of women because they're being raised by women. And a lot of times, for whatever the reason is they pops is not in the picture. They don't have uncles or a male presence there. But see, back when we were growing up in single mother households, we had like the Boys and Girls Club. You had mentorship programs. You had recreation things and all of that for you to get that manly thing, because mothers knew that you needed that.
Yes.
You needed to have that. And maybe your pops wasn't nothing, right? And she didn't want him to influence you. So she got you involved in some kind of program where there were men that you can go ahead and follow behind and get lessons and learn how to be a man from. We don't have that anymore.
Don't have it. And we got to stop looking for other people to provide these things for us, because they're not. And they're watching us drown. They're watching us drown. Nobody's helping us do anything. We shouldn't expect them to. We can do it. We possess the power to do it. And we have the mental capacity to do it.
We're distracted. We're distracted by so many
foolishness.
That
these talk shows, these daggone reality shows. We got to come out of this stuff, man. It's important. It's imperative.
But see, the thing about those reality shows is that we watch them. A lot of people, we watch them because you want to escape your reality, right? Because you may,
very good point.
Your life may not be, what you want it to be. So you watch these reality shows to get ahead and get a glimpse of something better. And then you start to buy into that, though. And you're buying into that in your reality, and that ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? So you can't act like they acting on Love and Hip Hop and do the things that they doing on Love and Hip Hop, because that's not your world. But that's the way that we're being programmed. And it's not just the young kids. It's grown. It's grown people.
Grown. And they're targeted. They have targeted our women. Most of these reality shows is showing you the behavior of these women. Oh, I just got rid of him. Now, I look at the strong points where they just said, no, because he was this and he was that, and I don't need, and then they zoom in on them as soon as they start saying, because I don't need no man to help me do nothing. Look at it. It's right there. It's right there in our faces.
It promotes the total destruction of Black women.
Absolutely.
Though. If you
and this is the reason why that either Black women or Black men go into other races of people. Why do you think these people be so upset because we might be marrying their daughter? Because they know that we are broken people. It's not just because we're Black. They don't want that dysfunction to come into their families. They know we dysfunctional. They know this.
Absolutely.
And see, to them, because we just keep carrying on and acting like it's okay when we have all of these things to fix.
we focus on the wrong things. But see,
Right.
these reality shows, not only do they promote this independent and aggressive and masculinity, it also promotes Black women not being able to deal with Black women.
Right. Wow.
And that I hate, because I love my sisters. I love my sisters enough to check you and pull your coattail, and I will hope that you love me enough to do the same thing when I'm out of line and out of order.
Because that's love. That's real
love. Love is reproof. Love is correction. That's why it tells us that in scripture all the time. When you see your brother or your sister doing something, you got to give them reproof, edify them, let them know that what you're doing is not right. But we can't handle that because, again, the soapbox that they put us on, we as Black women have learned to not take accountability for our actions. We have not been. We are not held accountable for our bull crap. And it's okay for us to do what we do, talk however we want to talk to people, say what we want to say to people, and that's okay. The only people we don't talk and do that to is the white man. But I'll talk to you any kind of way I want to. I will talk to my man any kind of way I want to. But my boss can curse me out or cut my pay or do whatever, and I'm still smiling, showing all my teeth in his face.
Disgusting.
But I cannot show that same restraint when I'm upset
to your own people.
My man. Yeah. That's ridiculous. But that was the programming that was put on us. That's why.
I tell you, that Willie Lynch worked a number on us.
What?
Because it's absolutely, when you look at it, it's actually right on point. It's right on point. Right on point.
But you know what they did too? Because when I read it recently, I saw that everything that they did he said to do in that Willie Lynch letter was towards y'all. And it was for us to watch it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, let's do this to the strongest buck or whatever in front of the wife, the children, and this. And then the Black woman is going to make sure that she raises her son in a certain kind of way so that he is not masculine. So that doesn't happen to her son. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say tie up a Black woman into two different horses and rip her apart. No, they just wanted us to
the men.
Exactly. And that has been perpetuated for since we've been in this country.
That is a trauma that has trickled into our DNA. Absolutely. And then what's so painful about it all is Black women are starting to say to Black men, just get over it. Come on. That's been the same thing that we've been told to by the other nations.
We
wow.
Yes, okay.
And now certain things, I don't want to throw that all into one bag, because certain things, yes, we should be able, but I try to have enough compassion enough for the brothers and sisters that I know that are hurting or more or less fortunate than I am, that they have been damaged, maybe in a way that I have. We have to have that kind of love for each other, where it may take a little more time and patience and understanding and working through to this one, because sometimes we just don't know what happened. We don't even marry correctly. We don't watch the parents of our spouses. We get with them because we like them. We think they're cute, or she got a nice body, or he got this and she got that. That's how we don't look at what the family structure was. We start finding all that stuff out after we're married, after we know them, or after we're together and had kids already. Now we understand, oh, her mama was crazy, or her father was this, or she had daddy issues, or he had mama issues. We're out of order. With just every point and angle, we are out of order. We have to get back to our code. We have to. We have to
understand that we are not the enemies of one another.
That's right.
And that's the problem. They are slowly making us believe that you guys, Black men, are the enemies. And once everybody turns their backs on you, because we were the last ones that was holding y'all down. We was out there marching with y'all for civil rights. We was out there housing people and making sandwiches and supporting you. Now, if we stop, what about you?